So this unit is all about linear equations, and one big thing of linear equations is graphing and understanding how to graph and plot points. So our first section is basically going to be going over coordinate plane and getting us familiar with that again. So our coordinate plane is comprised of two axes. So we have our horizontal axis, which is our x axis and has all of our x values on it, and our vertical axis is our y-axis. So here is our x and here is our y. The intersection of our axes is called the origin, and it's given by the point 0, 0. So right here is our 0, 0. Our points are always going to be in the form x, y. So 0x, 0y. Our axes also split our coordinate plane into 4 quadrants. So we label our quadrants with Roman numerals, and we always go clockwise. So we're going in this direction. So our first quadrant is quadrant 1, and then we have quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. And we have our ordered pair. So ordered pair is what you call your x, y, your points. Okay. So in example 1, we're going to plot the following ordered pairs. See how big I can get it. Okay. So A is going to be at 4, 6. So what you do is you always start at 0, 0. Then you're going to go over 4, up 6. So your point is going to be right there. So this is A. Then B is, we always do X first, because remember our points always go X, Y. So here's your X, here's your Y. So with B, we're going to go back 2, or to -2, and then up 5. Oops. There we go. C is at 7, -3. So go right 7, down 3. That's for C. D is at -10, 0. So go left 10 and then 0. You don't move up or down. So that is D. For E, you're at -8, 1. Or -8, -1. So you're going to go left 8, down 1. So this is E. F is at 0, 2. So you're not moving left or right, but you are going up 2. So this is F. And F is on the y-axis. D was on our x-axis. A is on quadrant 1. B was in quadrant 2. C was in quadrant 4. E was on quadrant 3. G, our last one, is on 3, -8. And that's in quadrant 4 again. And then without graphing, we're trying to figure out which points are in what quadrant. So a little rule of thumb, I'm going to go put it up on this one up here. Quadrant 1 is always going to have positive x values and positive y values. Quadrant 2 is going to have negative x values, positive y values. quadrant 3 has both negative and values for x and y, and quadrant 4 has positive x but negative y. So that's a little easy thing you can do to try to remember. So what goes where? So positive y values, negative y values, positive x values, negative x values. So without graphing, I'm also going to add a third point. So here's this third point. So with x has a negative x value, positive y value. Well, that's going to be in quadrant 2. Y has both positive values. So this is in quadrant 1, first quadrant. Z has both negative values. So this is in quadrant 3. And our last point, W, is a positive x and a negative y. So this brings us in quadrant 4. And that is it for section 1 notes.